welcome back to the channel. So, who lost money today? Yep, we all did, didn't we? Probably if you watch this channel, you lost a lot of money like I did. But guess what? Tomorrow, you could be watching this tomorrow and everything goes back to normal. Or it could go down even more, which is why I believe you just need to do rough figures on the company. Obviously, do your research, rough figures, and make an assumption that not what the chart's done today. So I like to buy companies small. I got in GL1. So GL1 increased its resource today, but it still went down. The whole market went down. That's why people get scared. I guess some people are just trading the stocks. But yeah, I bought this under 40 million. Now they're at like 500 million. So it looked like they had a small resource, going to get into production. You looked at their big brother, Pilgrim Minerals, who was printing money. It's gone up a lot as well. And they look like they're following the footsteps, so it's not going to be straight up and down. Like, let's zoom back to this. Like, stocks go down a lot before they go up. Goes there, goes down. I guess you know that it's not overnight. So rough figures on GL1. They got two potential mines. They spend $200 million on each to get it going. That's $400 million, and then they make $400 million a year for the next 10 years. And you can buy them at $500 million. Obviously, you have to raise that $400 million as well. So it still looks like good upside on this one. Obviously not as good as buying down here. And guess what? We're going to need them to get into production because we need that lithium to go to electric vehicles. We need heaps and heaps of lithium. So we need Pilgrim Minerals printing it. We need these guys getting it out of the ground. We need WR1 getting out of the ground. We need these guys getting out of the ground. We need a lot of lithium. And people are happy to pay these high... Guess what? Pilgrim Minerals just sold 10,000 tons at $7,000 profit because it costs about $500 to get out of the ground. So that means they just made 70 million. So their auctions here, they auction off excess spodumene. So I think they normally sell it for about 3,000 to their but the excess stuff they can auction off and they get huge amounts. And people are happy to pay this because if you get to a Tesla, you don't have to pay petrol again. There's a lot of benefits of electric vehicles. I'll let you decide if you like electric vehicles. If you watch this channel, you probably do. And you believe in the electric vehicle revolution. So, GL1, upside there. They increased their resource today. Sorry, this video is all over the place, but I'm going to get to everything. So, as I said, two projects. This one here, this one here. That looks like heaps. They need to do 100,000 tons a year or 200,000 tons. So they can do that for many years just on that resource. But they're going to drill out more anyway to find where the best stuff is, be the most economical. So two big mines, and guess what? The world probably needs them to get into production. So that's GL1, Pilgrim Minerals. So all these stocks took a hammering today. But guess what? They are selling... Core Lithium 2 billion because they are selling, just got into production, and they're going to be printing money soon as well. So they might be making $200 million a year, and then they might increase that as Pilgrim Minerals did. Pilgrim Minerals make like 800,000 or might make $1 billion this year. So CXO might start smaller and then work its way up. Then we got WR1, it's 140 million. They've got pretty much will have a resource. They're drilling as well, so it looks like they'll keep drilling and eventually get into production. So they could be a good buy as well. Doing research, and then you got even these guys don't even have a resource announced yet, but they've hit huge things. They need WR as well. They're like 700 million. They've hit huge high grade drill results, and the PLS guy, CEO, has now moved to this company. So that's lithium. And then guess what? Lithium, you can get out of the used to get out of the ground for 500, not even sell it for 1,000. That's why Pilgrim Minerals is down here, because they're only making $500 profit a ton. Now the demand is kicked in. Everyone wants that lithium right now, and they're selling it for $7,000 profit. So that's why they're going like this, and that's why a lot of lithium stocks have got these valuations, where copper stocks that have been drilling for years and years are only worth $100 million, because it's just the way it is. We need that lithium now, people want it now, and they'll pay that money now. And it's a lot better than it will be a lot better than petrol once we all get to electric vehicles, is my opinion anyway. So that's lithium's gone up in price. Another battery mineral that hasn't probably gone up its price so much, but it could do in the future. They're expecting the shortfall in about 2026. The prices are slowly rising now, but they're not gone ballistic like lithium. So you can buy this company, which I believe will get into production, probably spend $100 million on the mine site and then make $100 million a year, or if it goes ballistic like lithium, $200 million a year. And this company, you can buy it right now for like $30 million, $10 million cash, and they got these big resources that they've already drilled a few times. They obviously just have to drill it more times to confirm the standard that it's definitely there, and they're in a great location, so they can spend just $100 million, or maybe more, maybe less, get into production and make a lot of money. That's just my opinion. So these guys are 30 million. Their neighbor, who's basically drilled out the big resource, raised money, done a bit more than them, is 642. So I see ITM going that direction. So I've got more videos on this, but if you want a company that I believe will go from small to big, I think it's ITM. So look at my other videos, not going to go too much through it, but basically it's in the ground. They just have to drill it more. It's in a good area with local workforce already, so they don't have to spend a lot of money. If you didn't know, CXO, the reason why they was such a small, they only have to spend, so I'm jumping all over the place, but they only have to spend $90 million because they're so close to Darwin, everything was cheap to build, and now they're going to make $200 million a year. So similar for ITM, lower capex, they don't spend as much to get out of the ground initially, and then they can make money. But other players, like Winton Resource, they have something next to the highway, next to a power line already, saves a lot of money. And then you have companies like this that they're even further away, but just because the grade is better. So you have to compare apples for apples. It's not just about having a massive resource. If that massive resource is on Mars, it's no good, is it? So if it's way out in the middle of nowhere, costs increase. So basically you want something near a capital city already, near a workforce, near a port, with good grade. You want to tick all the boxes. Something will get into production well ahead of any other project, and I believe it is ITM. There are other good, I've got a lot of graphite videos and other lithium videos. Another company, sort of like ITM, their resource looks a bit smaller, but still got a pretty big resource, 20-year resource, which is probably heaps. And they got the downstream. So graphite, you have to get out of the ground, make it into balls, and then coat it with stuff. This company's doing all that. ITM is just getting out of the ground, making into balls. I thought they'd sell to China, but I rang them today. They're actually going to America and Europe. And yeah, so this is my opinion. So look into these stocks and let me know your thoughts on them. I'm not sure if I found the stock myself or someone told me. But someone told me about SGA on the ASX. They got a massive resource as well. They're actually a $50 million company. They're in Kazakhstan. I can't even bother talking about them, but yeah. Thing is, graphite could be the next lithium. So find a stock that's most likely going to get production. Reason it's going to get into production is because it's got a bigger resource than the next guy. It's got a better location than the next guy. So they're going to get the graphite from there before they get it from 300 more Ks away, etc. So graphite could be the next lithium. It didn't say already, and that's the end of this video. And let me know any good stocks you think. Do you want my opinion? I say I'm going to be honest and blunt, but I try to like be friendly, but sometimes stocks just suck. So last honorable mention, this stock, 15 million. They're actually near WR1, but they haven't drilled it yet. So think about lithium, you want to get in production pretty soon to catch the big prices, which might last till 2030, 2035. But this company could get into production, and then that 15 million could go to 500 million, so that's a lot of X's there, though it could not. So a bit more risky, this stock. So lithium, if you haven't already drilled now, you could be too late. That's my opinion, but who knows? This company could drill and get there. It's just not going to happen overnight. So there could be some good lithium buys out there. I think there's good upside in the graphite sector. Trying to think what other nickel. Probably going to think about nickel. You need to spend $700 million to build the mine, or $1 billion to build the mine. But once you do that, you make $1 billion a year. But to raise $1 billion, you need someone like BHP to buy you out. So those stocks. Yeah, the good thing about lithium, they don't need to spend much money and they can do it all themselves. With nickel, you probably need someone to buy you out to do it. Same with graphite, you can probably do it yourself. But yeah, there could be a good lithium stock out there. Sorry, nickel stock. Anyway, I'm going to say no more. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Let me know your battery mineral stocks. Give me facts. I don't want to hear like this stock's good. Give me like rough figures, like this company is close to the capital city, they're not spending much money to drill it out, they've got high grade, they're going to be drilling this thing, they're at the 12-month low, there's no FOMO around them, the chart's down, good time to buy. They're the things I want comments on. Thank you.